Swoosh Life Podcast. Season 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Swoosh Life Podcast. We are back. Been a while. Been a couple weeks. Couple weeks. Summertime, breezy, living life, playing golf. But we are back. Swoosh Life Podcast, episode 55, coming at you right here, right now. You're listening to it on Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening to it. Thanks for being here. But welcome back, guys. We got Keith, we got Matt, and we are ready to talk some talk tonight. We got lots of stuff to cover, and it's been a while. So, how you guys doing? Matt, you just went to Disney. How you doing?
I survived Disney. Everybody said, "Hey, don't take it. Your kids are too young." We don't listen. So, but we survived. We did pretty well. You know, happy for the kids and all that stuff. Got a picture of the bucket hat there on some guy on the bench. I'm assuming that was Walt with Minnie. I hope nobody got mad or offended that I put the buckets. They just didn't rock buckets back in the day. But Walt Disney, fun fact, born in Chicago, along with Hugh Hefner. So we got the two opposite ends of the spectrum coming from the Chicagoland area. But Keith, how are you?
Man. We got the Playboy Bunny and we have Mickey Mouse. Perfect. Now everything's been good here. Haven't played in a couple weeks. I'm going to be playing this week coming up. We've got FedEx Cup final this week and coming up at Eastlake. Ryder Cup after that. Nike drops. Other Nike news coming in. No, everything's been great. Just been busy. Work's been nuts lately picking up, and I'm going to be busy until November, December with work. So hopefully we get some fall golf going here. I know Gumby, I'll be coming out your way mid-September. So
we're actually I've already taken the time off to actually play with Keith.
We're going.
Actually going to do it. All being, all barring that I don't have like Lyme and mono all at the same time again. We'll be back. We'll actually play some golf. So, and I'm playing some good golf right now. I think it's my lowest handicap in a very long time, down to like an 8.5 right now. So
kids don't ruin the game.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Found something in Maine. I played the number one public course in Maine at Sunday River, and I just found something there, and it's been game changing. So tempo, it really is all about tempo. I played 54 holes and I did not lose my swing or my driver. And that was all in one day. So that felt phenomenal to not go through the ebbs and flows of 3 rounds in one day, just stay steady the whole day. So that was pretty good. Played Turning Stone yesterday and member for me at the club this weekend, playing with my buddy Zach. And Zach's a big Nike guy as well, a big Tiger guy. So we're rocking red and black, Sunday red on Sunday. And that polo that's actually behind Keith, if you guys are watching on YouTube, remember, go subscribe on YouTube, watch us. That's the polo that we're rocking together on Saturday with some blue shorts and the TW green hat. So should be a good look. Looking forward to it. And yeah, it's just been good. It's been good, man, to kind of get out there, and I've been busy with it, and I don't think my wife likes it that much, but you got to keep it going when you're playing well. You just feel like you got to keep the heater.
You keep it going, and then the whole winter you're there. Stoked. Be husband of the year during the wintertime. So the question is, for those of you that don't know, I got an outlet find. I found an outlet find TW20s. If I get you the TW20s in time, will you rock them?
I would rock them. I would rock them. Okay. Absolutely. I don't know if they'll be here it's Monday, and that is by Sunday. But if you do, absolutely. Though my buddy wants to wear black shoes, but I would wear them on Saturday when we're wearing white shoes.
Oh, there we go. I mean, my thing about that shoe still is I saw it at the outlet, and it's such a shame in 3 years that we haven't gotten a different colorway. And I see Scotty Scheffler, right? I see other guys are rocking it. Throw us a bone, give us another colorway. But that's a topic for another day.
I did see when you posted it today and you were telling us about it. I definitely need it. I don't have it. And then I also saw, I think it was Nomad or someone who did the elephant print on like the back heel of it. That was just super subtle.
Oh, that was
like
a TW13 though. I think that was.
Maybe it was. It wasn't TW13.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I thought I want to do that on these. I think, and just do like a subtle light gray on that back, and that would just be simple enough that they would look super clean still. Because if you wear pants with it, you won't see it. Yeah. So
it's a good thought. What's a good match to that then is I played with my friend Joey. He had the Jordan 80V hat, and I did not realize this. The Jordan 80V hat on the bottom of the bill, underneath the bill, has that same thing, a little bit of cement. Like I did not notice that, which is a really nice touch. I did see
that. They were at Dick's the other day, and I saw one, so I almost picked one up. I cannot find a fitted swoosh hat anywhere to save my life. I can find the TWs, cannot find a fitted swoosh one. And I don't know if you guys remember these, the resin ones, but holy shit,
so
this
good.
Is the best. This is like the best hat I think I have.
Yeah.
And I love this Volt one, but like I had it in gray and I had it in white, and I don't have those anymore because I think they got I do this a lot with my hand on the back of my head pressing down. And man, even with a glove on or anything, the backs of my hats just get like this. I look like it's pine tar. It's like a pitcher. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just gets so stained from like nothing. So I've just been looking for a white swoosh hat, and even on NDC you cannot find one. They have like that light like gray / like blue one that they've got, but that's it. They don't have just plain white. It's all a fitted, or it's all the one size fits all, not fitted. I'm like,
Keith has that white TW one. That's the one. I don't know if we have the same one, Keith, but I'm rocking a white TW fitted, even if I don't have TW shoes or like it's just perfect for summertime, especially with how hot it's.
Yeah. I see this. This is my white TW.
There's Gumby's fingerprints.
Do you see how
for those of you that are not on YouTube, you should be thankful that you're not seeing
holy cow. I mean, this one's from me like a couple of years ago. I lost the Nike sign off the back, but like
throw some OxyClean on that, bro.
I see.
Throw that in the wash machine.
You know what one? The Frank little like Frank guy one. I have that one in white, and I must have wore that like all summer one summer because oh my god, I pulled it out the other day and I was like, this thing is not white anymore. It's brown. Like
actually, we got to play the sad trumpet. Keith, you recently had a cleaning mishap. You want to share with?
I was gonna bring this. This is like a perfect segue here.
Yeah,
I'm known to throw my white golf shoes in the washing machine to get those babies, get the laces white again, get the shoes looking good. I give them a nice scrub before I throw them in there. I had a pile full of white shoes. And somehow I missed in the pile, there were my T-Dub SP9s in there. Leather, old, dirty. I've cleaned them multiple times, but like the bottoms, when I pulled those babies, and yes, they did make their way into the wash machine. And when I pulled all the white ones out of there, I'm like, what is this crap all over the laces and all over the white? And I pulled them out, and the bottoms of my T-Dub 9s were destroyed.
Yeah,
gone.
Shredded.
I'll have to people listening stuff. I will post the pictures so everybody can get some tissues and cry because it was sad.
Thoughts and prayers. Yeah.
And then they were the black red limited edition ones too. They were the Tiger Woods Foundation ones. And I'm like, I kept the footbeds, but no, I haven't thrown them out yet because
maybe you can restore them. Maybe you get some TW20s.
Yeah, I would. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I can't throw these away. I'm going to take the sole off because I can pull them right off the bottom right now.
Yeah, because that upper is great.
And yes, the upper is still fine. The laces are still fine. Everything on the upper is fine. Everything. It's just the bottom. The air zoom on the bottom gone, just destroyed.
TW20s, some black TW20s in there, and that would be a pretty nice soul swap for sure.
That'd be a good project.
That was a good set.
I did find one trick. So my Air Max 1s, like the red toe cap, as we've said, the red toe cap gets dirty. OxyClean, there's like a OxyClean spray for your laundry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I tried it once, and like I left some white shoes out in the sun with the OxyClean on it. Didn't do as much as I thought it should. So what I did was I take the nozzle off, dabbed the actual the straight good stuff on there. And dude, raging hot. You got to run your like hot water in your sink, like get it raging hot. Works like a freaking dream. And it's like that softer nubuck stuff. So for those of you that are out there, try that. Yeah.
Matt,
That's what I use.
Yeah, Matt, you also had a pickup of your own this week, and you joined a rarefied air club that you surprisingly weren't in. What did you pick up this week?
These me and Blake Sledge, we picked up these black red Air Max 90s. Is this what you're talking about? I got some black red Air Max.
That wasn't what I was talking about. You're already on the
I'm on a streak. This is why look
club.
For those of you that are serial Nike outlet shoppers, like you go and you check the hash wall, it is true. Just keep on checking. And yes, I scored the TW gray blue, the new ones. I was able to score those for a fantastic price.
The ones right behind Keith on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube again, Keith has them displayed for us, and man, they are a great colorway.
They are.
It's a very good Chicago colorway without being Chicago. Like I don't know if you guys know Chicago. That light blue is actually pretty like important. I'm just coming off working on DePaul, so I used a lot of Chicago accents in it.
Shout out Blue Demons. Shout out to the Blue Demons. I'll say this so I've been playing. I was going to mention this at some point. I've been playing so much in the TW14 with all these new shoes that I got. I've put a lot of rounds in this year. Like when I'm just like, I can't decide. I got these white TW14s. There's something about that free sole. I cannot wait to try the 13s now and see what the debate is. Cause I know there's camps that some like the 14 better than the 13 and vice versa. Nobody likes the 15, it seems. My buddy says that the 15, it feels like they went like pretty thin on the sole compared to the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited to play in these. The only thing is like this blue. I got a few things in this blue, but I'm gonna have to wear like a lot of whites and grays. I think like this. I got a couple of khakis and stuff like that. So and I just got this polo. That's the teal.
I like that one.
I like that. The advanced one. That is nice.
Yeah, this
it is
stretch.
The T-Dub 13. Matt, the one you just showed, it is gonna be a tough one to kind of match something too.
Yeah.
If you have like a short color that gray, the light gray.
Well, there's two shades. Yeah. There is 2 shades of gray, which is nice. And actually, it's like there's almost 3 shades because the swoosh. I noticed like it's not a like
it's not black.
It's not black. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost it's a light gray, like a slightly darker gray, like a medium gray, I'd say, and then the really dark gray right here. So yeah, I think with black pants, it's gonna look really nice.
I wore joggers this weekend with my 12s, and that was a really like great look. I did black and white. I don't know why I'm not taking any photos on the course. Like I don't. I'm
that's
just
why you're playing. No, that's why you're playing.
No, it's probably. And I wore the fuchsia like TW hat. So that was my pop of color. Was the fuchsia hat, white polo, black joggers, and then black and white shoes. And I was like, I like this fit. You know what I mean? Like you can. It's nice when you have the black and white only kind of thing.
So what are your opinions now of the 12? So I said last year 12 was the shoe of the year. How do you guys feel about the 12?
I enjoy it. I still have a little bit of like everyone says, "Oh my god, it's so comfortable." I'm still like TW is the most comfortable for me. Like that is still like I finished the round yesterday and I was like, "Oh, my right like the last 3 toes on my right foot hurt," which is a weird place for it to hurt because it's not but it's not a plant foot, it's a pivot foot. And the last 3 toes are like the ones that barely get any movement because it's the else to be the first 2 toes, so it's I was like, that's so weird that those 3 toes would hurt, but I don't. Yeah, it is a stiff leather, but man, they go on easy. They're like they are really comfortable, but they're not too heavy, which is nice. Like when you think of sometimes those chunkier shoes, like a Jordan. I mean, even the 6 is like a big shoe, and so it's like the 4 I'm like looking at over there, like the 4 feels pretty big. Like they can feel heavy and they're not, so it was nice. So it was good.
Yeah.
So
I was just wondering because what I noticed is, so I played in the 14s a lot and I play in the TW14 and then I go to a 12 and there's a height difference.
Yeah.
Because I brought the 12s out to my buddy's trip, so we had 3 rounds, and then I played my best in the 6, the Oreo 6 with the free soul, and it's so low to the ground. And then the next round I was in the 12, and I was like, I feel like an inch or two taller in these.
Yeah, you definitely feel a bit of difference. The funny thing is that my original TW13s, the eyelet on the right foot, on the bottom, like right where everything hinges off has ripped. So now the laces like pulled off. So either I got to relace it some a different way or fix the eyelet, or use my backup pair now, which is the new pair that I bought this year. And I don't want to like burn that pair already. Not burn it, but you know what I mean? Like,
get a bronze of size 13.
They're so thing, but it's hard to wear my old TW13s because that makes a big difference when that like where the like structure and feel of the laces like hit your foot on it is definitely pulling up. And I had to change that like one spot on my foot. I had to change the screw in the spike earlier this year, and it fell out like twice. And I'm like, why am I walking so weird? Why's my ankle hurt like on this one foot? And it's because of that. Like I'm compensating because it's pulling me the opposite way. So that's tough because I'm like, I do not want to. That's why I was like, you saw the TW14s, and I was like, yeah, or sorry, TW20s. I'm like, yeah, send me those because I need another clean white pair of shoes that I can wear without burning through the TW13s right now.
Speaking of tough choices, Ryder Cup came out. We announced the 6
players. Segue.
The 6 players have been announced that are on the way. We're gonna go. I'll give you the top 10 in standings, but remember that these first 6 are on. I want to talk to you guys about who's the next 6 that you'd pick, right? So made it all the way in as Scotty Scheffler, Wyndham Clark, Brian Harman, right? So the Players Championship, the guy that, he's guy can't putt. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but guys killing it, right? So 2 other major winners. Then we got Patrick Cantlay, the human rain delay, Max Homa, Xander Schauffele are your top 6. Okay, here's your top 6. Now I'm going to give you guys, so we need 6 more. So I'll just give you the top 6, next 6 points here, and see if there's anybody you'd sub in or out. So number 7, Brooks Koepka, which I feel like is a no-brainer, right? Jordan Spieth, Cam Young, Colin Morikawa, Keegan Bradley, Sam Burns, with honorable mention to Ricky Fowler, McCarthy, Justin Thomas, and Lucas Glover, to give you the top 16 then. Who are your 6? Or who do you why don't we do a draft in honor of all the fantasy football drafts that are going on? Why don't we start a draft? I'm going to kick it off. I'm drafting Brooks Koepka as the number 7 pick.
Yeah, he has to be on the team. Like I know everyone was talking about like it's him or it's Bryson, and Bryson's been playing well and shot a 61 on tour, like on the at a tour,
then a
quality course, right? Or 58,
No,
like,
it was back to back 61, 58. He went. Yeah.
However, Brooks's rapport, you got to remember, this is still a team event where you're playing for each other while you're playing for your country. And Brooks's rapport with all those guys is much better than Bryson's rapport. Again, who sued all of them, like to be on a team. You know what I'm saying? So Brooks 100% needs to be in. He's earned it. He almost earned it on just points alone from like 3 majors only. So he's got to be in. No problem. I have no problem with that, man.
Yep, that's our 7 pick. So who are you taking number 8 on that list? Gumby, you got the next pick.
Yeah, I think you got to take Jordan. I think he just plays well in these events. It's the only time I root for Jordan is Ryder Cup and President's Cup. So he's next on the list. He's played well enough. He just grinds it out. But with the caveat that I think he needs his buddy on the team. So,
well, we'll let you handle that unless Keith, which I have a pretty good feeling Keith
will not pick him.
That will not be the number 8 draft pick. But okay, so Koepka's in at 7. Who's the number 8 draft pick? If you are Zach Johnson, Keith.
JT staying home on the couch with Tiger for this year's Ryder Cup. So, I'm stuck between Cam Young and Morikawa. I think they're both going to make it, but I'm going to take Morikawa for my 9th pick.
Oh, you're going to be the 8th. That's going to be 8.
Oh, I thought I had 8 with Jordan.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're 9. I apologize.
We're on 9.
Sorry. All right, cool.
I just flip-flopped them. I like Morikawa more than Young on the team right now.
Okay,
and
cool.
I was just going to say, just to bring it up, Bryson is all the way down to 54th rank.
Well, I mean,
it's just,
it doesn't make sense though, right? Like, I mean, it does make sense.
And I want to go back to Koepka real quick.
Yeah.
How did he get bumped out of the 6th spot? Like,
well, because
happened that quickly over the last couple of weeks. I know.
Don't play. That's only based off of 4 majors. It's not based off.
It just feels kind of like the world ranking points a little bit with this ranking.
Yeah,
that's all.
I'm always
like, did Alexander play that much? I guess.
Did he do anything this
year? He's in the playoffs. Exactly.
Like, you don't hear about him. He might top 10.
All. He made it to East Lake, I believe.
Top 5. Yeah, but like, so did Jason Day. Like, and Jason Day only has 1, and at least Jason Day has a win more.
But from Australia,
Shoffley doesn't. I know, but I'm saying, but Shoffley doesn't have a win,
right?
And Jason hasn't done anything
versus Lucas Glover,
right? Lucas Glover
like if you're gonna take the hot
2
hand.
in a row, like right. So that's where it's like, sometimes I wish it was all captain's picks, but that makes also no sense because for me, Clark and Harmon aren't going to show up at the Ryder Cup, unfortunately. Maybe Harmon played well last week, but I think that they caught lightning in a bottle and found it that week. Will they find it in a team event?
Right.
Who are you going to pair them with? It's not that same Ryder Cup where we always knew we could pair DJ and Brooks. We could pair Jordan and JT. We could pair Tony with Scotty, you know what I mean? Or Webb or whoever, So I think Zach's gonna have a big challenge on who he pairs people with. I think that's we're not even through on who is in the thing, but who do you pair? I mean, other than Cantlay and Shoffley, you have that pairing because they're great together. But who are you gonna pair Harmon up with? You
put him with a vibes guy like Homa or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's what you do, but we're each getting 2 basically here. It's tough, man. I like the idea of Bryson on the team because, man, look, I don't care how you set up a course for you to shoot 61 and 58. That's legit.
At Greenbrier, right? Exactly.
In college, we played in a mediocre conference, and my freshman and sophomore year, we went undefeated both years, and we barely won outside of the conference. But it was like, hey, you can only play who's on your schedule. You can only play, and yes, I know it's by choice, and we could argue all that. The thing that I still don't know about the course that's going to be in Rome is usually when when the team goes to Europe, I hate to say I'm not on the team. when the Ryder Cup goes to Europe, they pick courses that favor accuracy. Versus the Americans that set up the course because they want to bash all over the place. So in that case, while I would love to see a Brooks and Bryson team up, have the Bash Bros together, even though originally was him and Dustin Johnson, but they're not really friends, but they were kind of friends and they used to work out together. But now that's not so true if you watch the Netflix documentary. But anyways, that's another story for another day. I'm going to pass up Bryson right now. I'm leaning towards former Nike guy, Lucas Glover. Guy's never done it, but the guy's hot. Tony Finau's at 21 in the standings.
Yeah.
If you're talking about chemistry and a vibes guy, everybody would love to play with him, right? That'd be the guy. So I think
he's in I think you said it in a chat or something, but he's just in a funk.
That was Blake.
I don't.
Blake.
Blake said it, and I was like, but he is in it, and I want to he won this year too. He's won an event this year. So. I just don't know what's going. I don't know why he's so low. I don't know how someone like Will Zalatoris, who hasn't played in 8 months, is ahead of them. They're just
right.
This is the stuff that doesn't make sense to me.
Tony's won once or twice this year,
and Will won as well. But Will hasn't played for 6 months. Yeah. Tony won within the last 6 months, and yet you're not up there. And Tony's played more events. something is fishy with
and
these standings.
Former Nike guy Henley is at 18. So
also, Henley might be hotter than Lucas for an accuracy course.
Correct.
Henley is like strokes gained, fairway strokes gains, like putt, like all that is like 3 to 4 times better than Lucas right now in his last 2 like kind of thing. I saw a stat that like Henley is actually, we should actually be talking about Russell as a guy right now.
So with all that being said, Tony Finau has won. He is still going to Eastlake. He's still in the top 30. And guess what? If we need accuracy, he's got a Vaporfly Pro iron in the bag that he could take off the tee. We are going with Tony Finau as my next pick. I'm picking Koepka and Finau as my 2 picks to go on to the Ryder Cup. Gumby, who is your second pick?
I had Spieth, and I'm kind of gonna go back. I think he wants redemption. He deserves redemption, and he's played well this year. And I think if you're not going to put JT on the team, then this is your other Spirit and your other Electric. And I think Keegan Bradley is on the team.
I like it. Jordan's Ryder Cup Jordans. Does it come in sixes or is custom Keegan's?
Custom Keegan's more than likely, but he deserves redemption after was it Olympia? Did they play at Olympia? No, where did they play? Where was the U.S. one that we lost it at? In Chicago.
Yeah,
Medina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we got President's Cup coming.
Right, but I think he just deserves redemption. He's worked. He loves the Ryder Cup. I remember him on an interview with Faraday saying that his Ryder Cup bag and duffel sat in his room untouched after was either Medina or right after the Europe one that they got like their asses handed to them or whatever. For almost 8 months, it just sat where he left it. He didn't touch it. He just meant like it just means more to him than I think other people. And I'm not saying it doesn't mean more to people, but he has been more that like he shows it more. And I would love to see twitchy, fiery Keegan out in Rome, just fucking up the Euros.
Fun story. I don't know if I told this story. Did I tell the story about Keegan's fidgeting about his pre-shot routine?
But I have adopted it. I have a fidget.
Okay, so
you do.
According to somebody that I know well, they spoke to a former teammate of Keegan's or somebody that knows Keegan, and apparently it's because when he went to school at Rutgers, I believe.
St. John's, that's it. Sorry, New York area, right? New York and a red school, so you were right.
Yeah, okay, so I was close. Apparently the coach encouraged everybody, the same way Brian Harmon has that waggle that his coach encouraged. The coach encouraged everybody to have something. However, Keegan's thing was spitting. Apparently, before he developed this, he used to spit incessantly, according to legend. I don't know if this is true. Yeah. I don't know. Can anybody confirm or deny this story?
If you guys can guess my Twitch, I know Keith knows it. If you guys can guess my Twitch, let us know in the comments on Instagram, and I will send you something. But it's a lot, and it's every time too. So
yeah.
The
one-hander Twitch.
So last pick goes to Keith.
So we have
last pick.
So our team is
Koepka 7. I got it, Gum. Koepka 7, Spieth 8. I got Colin in for 9. We have Tony in for 10, and we have Keegan for 11. So it's a tough one because we're leaving out right now in 9th spot as the rankings is Cam Young at 9 on the rankings. Sam Burns is 12 on the rankings, and Ricky. I'm stuck in between Burns and Ricky. It's a tough one. I know Ricky came back with the W. As Burns or Young, they were both on the President's Cup team, weren't they, last year?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Young played well. I think Burns was 1-1. I think Young was a bright star. My only thing, this is my pitch to Yuki, is
I got my pick already, so you can go right ahead.
I mean, who is going to play with Jordan? If you pick Ricky, he can play with Jordan. I don't know if anyone else
That's too.
And
Can play with Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's all. That would be my thought. Homa probably could, but I don't see.
I think Tony could.
Tony
could. Yeah, you're right.
If Jordan's your accuracy guy, Tony can let it fly.
Right, but Jordan's not a very good accuracy guy. Just
Vapor Fly Pro, baby.
All right, what is your pick, Keith?
My pick is he's got the one win this year. I feel like this is a make or break. This could be his last shot, but I am going to go Ricky Fowler as our 12th pick and 6th captain's pick. I feel like he's going to be right there. I feel like he's going to bring the mojo, the juice, put him with Tony, put him with Spieth. I think that'll be a good duo.
That is awesome.
I think it's going to be funny because I think I'm not sure what Zach will do. This is what we would do, but I bet Zach stays chalk up until 12, and then he's got a really hard decision to make with Lucas or Ricky. But I don't think Burns makes the cut. I think he picks all the other guys, and it's someone like Lucas or Ricky that pops in for Sam instead of.
The good thing would be about Lucas is at least he wouldn't have to wear khaki pants. But anyways, shout out.
The outfits are nice actually from Polo. They're not bad this year. And as a huge Major League fan, you got the Roger Dorn sweater rocking in. So I'm very excited about that. Might have to pick that one up. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you will when you see the Ryder Cup looks in the sweater that they're wearing. So
speaking of being excited, we do have some questions from the fans coming up after our break. And we just built an all-star roster for the Ryder Cup. We have an all-star roster of questions coming up for you after this short commercial break.
I don't think we have a break anymore, actually.
I thought you had to read again because it changed.
No,
right?
No, it didn't, but that's okay. So
no, because it's no longer. Remember, it was Spotify for podcasters now.
Yeah, and I think it's gone away. So
they ain't paying us.
They ain't paying us right now.
F them. No. Let's go.
So, all right. So those watching on YouTube, we don't have an ad. Those listening on Spotify, welcome back. You didn't hear an ad, but I'm going to probably cut that out. But you never know.
Go.
So
I didn't
you guys
swear.
might just gotten
explicit.
You might have just gotten
the F was for forget you. That's it. Forget them.
Forget you. All right, so we are back, and we're going to take some questions from our listeners, our lovely, lovely listeners. And Matt, what do we got? Who out there contributed to our show tonight?
So first one comes from Elsie6, ELSEY 6. There are a few more uncomfortable shoes on your feet than Jordan 1 Gs. I'm gonna take this one because I own 3 pairs of Jordan 1 Gs, and I'm gonna tell you what a Jordan 1 is and what a Jordan 1 isn't. A Jordan 1 is a shoe from the 80s that has classic styling. It's an all-time shoe. It looks amazing. You could pair it with a ton of different outfits. Looks pretty awesome with shorts or pants. What it isn't is a technologically advanced shoe. And this is why I've been saying for a long time why I'm such a huge fan of what Nike and Jordan used to do when they would put a Jordan upper on a more modern golf bottom. That is kind of like the holy grail. Now, for some reason, like 90s and Air Max 1s still stay pretty darn comfy, right? I think maybe because the air bubble is visible and it's a little bit bigger bag. So it's got to be a little bit more advanced. So that's why, look, I'm surprised no insole companies have wanted to pitch us or anything on that. But, I know Gumby does some insoles for his planter. I put an insole in all of these shoes, right? Like, and I've got like a ton of different ones. Like, I'd say actually Spenco makes a thin one like this. This is pretty good for walking shoes. It's got this little grid here. I've got a couple different ones if you want to DM me. I don't want to like drown it, but that's my advice on that one. Jordan 1 G's fantastic shoe, but definitely, they're at a lower price point. That's why you're going to need to upgrade the insole.
On that note, the all white ones are still sitting, the all white with the Croc are still sitting at Golf Galaxy and Dick's for me. And I just want them to come down in price a little bit, and then I'm turning them into a custom
with
Masters
the
pair.
Be Ready code that either ends tonight or tomorrow. I think they dropped down to $88. I could be mistaken. All right, cool. Yeah. So this one's for Keith. I'm going to put this one actually to Keith and Gumby, but we'll have Keith kick this one off. This comes from St. Patrick 17, our guy. TW14 in the making? ? Will Nike retro more TWs, and will they make a new TW next year?
Ooh.
Keith, would you like to see a 14 retro? I think we know the answer. What's your feeling on next year?
I guess we have to wait till next year, but I've heard some rumblings in the grass a little bit. But I'd like for them to bring back a retro 14. My 14 is actually, it was a Nike ID. To have the combo like that for both, a 14 free sole with a Nike ID would be perfect. It'd be great to bring back.
Yeah.
I don't know what else, Gumby. What do you think?
I hope so. I mean, I think that if they do not want to create a shoe for him, or if he does not want a shoe created for him, I don't know how it's going. We have no news on that front, which is sometimes no news is good news, but you just don't know. So then it behooves them, and I love the word behooves, to start retroing stuff. And they did the 13. They saw success. They're seeing new colorways, all that stuff. So why not do the 14? You can do the black and the red. You can do the white and the red. And I don't know if there was any other colorways that I remembered because they had Nike ID. So you saw other colorways, but it wasn't like standardized. So, you could do a Masters 14. You could. That was actually really nice.
Ooh.
So,
I like his
wink,
idea
wink.
of Nike ID, and this is where we talk about like the pre-order thing, right? Like if it takes us 2 months,
Nike by you.
Yeah, Nike by you. If you do a Nike by you and everybody pre-orders and it takes them 2 months to make them, let's do it, right? Like I don't mind, and then that way everybody gets what they want. We don't have to worry about bots and resellers, right? Because if everybody gets exactly what they want, how they want it, and they probably have to charge $300. So, probably, participation would be low. I think that's still the way. But I guess I'll pose a business question to you guys, okay? So for the listeners, right? Because there's always business stuff behind this, right? This is all kind of related. We've heard it from Jordan Rogers on the show. Like, we all believe that they're working on something for him, right? They're working on something to replace what's on his feet, right? We've heard that he's starting to golf again. He's, supposedly walking a little bit, taking some swings. He's going to start trying. There's some rumors that he will already plan some starts for next year, that hopefully the surgery went well. We're all wishing Tiger a speedy recovery. We still don't know what he'll be walking in. Okay. So you're saying it would behoove them to retro stuff. The question is, if he's not going to wear it, and Tommy Fleetwood's the only guy on tour rocking the 13, is that enough to warrant a 14 reissue if you're Nike? Because like, that's the weird thing, right? Like, Tommy's the only guy rocking 13s. Nobody else is really doing it or pushing the shoe. You got Scotty rocking TWs, but nobody's really buying them, right? So it's like make the business case for me. What, like, based on those, would it make business sense to you to do a 14?
Is the tour the only driving factor for sales, though? Because to me, I don't believe it is. I think that Nike Golf has its own lore about it. Nike Tiger has its own lore of past instead of present, and thus that what's like drives the sales of the TW13. I don't think someone went out and saw Tommy rocking a TW13 this year and was like, "Oh, I really want that shoe. Never seen that before." You know what I mean? They all went back to it. So that's where I'm saying, like, yeah, I understand. I know what you're saying. Like, from a tour sense, from their numbers and dollars of marketing, you need to see it on players' feet. But I think Tiger is different. What Tiger's shoes do is a different beast. But I only think it ends at TW13s and TW14s. I don't think of 15. I don't think the 17. Like, I don't think those do jack shit.
I think those SPA,
comparatively, right? SPAs,
yeah.
Like, so I think that's the balance. Like, I think you get one more. You could squeak one more year out of a retro, and be like, cool, we did this as the 10-year anniversary of that. But then you're gonna have to do something either different, or you're gonna have to go way back, and then I don't know.
I like how you said that, Gumby. I feel like with a T-Dub Retro, I think you have to go back a little bit because the 13 was just a game changer in a shoe at that time. With the free sole, the way it was made, the way construction, it's almost like a duck boot almost, just how it's constructed almost, waterproof and everything. I would love to see a retro. I don't know. Like I said, I would love to get my SP9s back.
Yeah.
But Matt, like you've been wearing the 14s a lot, and I can't wait for you to go into a 13 because I feel it's the same bottom pretty much.
If you like your Oreo 6s, and how low you are, you're going to love the 13.
Because I feel like the 14 might be even lower than the Oreos. So if I get a little bit more cushion, I'd be happy with that, but still stay low. I do want to say, wearing my Oreo 6s and wearing the 14s, you know what I really want for next year? And I cannot save this. This is what I really want. Give us a new free shoe. But this is what I want. I don't want it spiked. I want it almost like the Air Max 1. Like if you give me like a free run.
So you want did you have the free shoot, it's gonna escape me. So like long story, to make this yeah, was it the Impact, the F1 Impacts? Was that what they are? Because they were free, but they were non-spikeless, and I have one in the other room, and I don't want to run off camera because the shirt is way too small.
They did two versions. But there was an FI Impact and FI Impact 2, and the FI stood for free inspired. But my problem with that shoe is that is a spikeless that you can't rock off the course. Like what they've done with these 90s and these Air Max 1s is brilliant. It protrudes just the right amount where if you wore it off the course, nobody would be like, oh, that's a weird looking bottom. It must be a golf shoe, right? Like I can wear my Air Max 1s.
I'm going to stop my camera, but keep talking because I'm going to pull it up because I know right where it is. I can go grab it. So.
That's what I would like to see is just like something like that because free shoes are usually also, I think the thing about free running shoes, they're always like pretty cheap too. They're always like less than like 125, 130. I go to the outlet all the time. I always see like the free runs from like 2017 out there. People are still buying them for $60, $80. That'd be cool for me to have like a dual purpose, like free shoe, because a free for me off the courses by itself has never been kind of my jam. I don't know. Like Keith, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's another good segue maybe for our next question. What do you kind of wear on and off the course a little bit? The course, after the course, do you bring an extra? Do you wear your polo to the course when you have like an hour away? Yeah, Gumby, I still have those. Those are my lawn mowing shoes right now.
So these are the free impacts. So this is that free technology. But you're right, Matt. Like if I can turn it, you can see the protrusion that like comes out that they're not really like wearable.
It's like 4 inward plus signs. Like you can't wear that on tile. Like
right. And these were the shoes. So these were the shoes given to me by Nike in our Don't Sleep on Summer box. So the Don't Sleep on Summer box that was given to quote unquote influencers when Nike Golf was taking care of and doing all the fun stuff. That was sent to me with a pair of shorts, 3 polos, 3 gloves, the medallion, balls, and the hat, and all the fun stuff, So this is why I haven't got rid of them because they were given to me by Nike. But I wanted my buddy also to he needed a pair of golf shoes, so these were kind of go to him, but he never picked them up. But they were good. I just don't wear black shoes. But they had a blue version of this that other people got too.
Yeah, so blue was great.
But
so rocking on and off the golf course, great topic, Keith. I am lazy and I've just been wearing my stuff there lately. But I know that if I'm going to a big course and I can change or something, I'm going to take advantage of it. I remember the first time I played Turning Stone, which is the biggest resort course around us. And I ended up changing in the locker room and taking advantage, and it was awesome. That feels like you're a player, So
it gets you mentally prepared for the day and the round and everything.
Yeah. So what do you guys wear?
It depends on how close you are to the course you're playing and what course you're going to. but like those FI impacts and everything like that. Like I'll wear my, 270 golfs, 270G shoes, in the car driving and everything like that. And then I'll have, my T-Dub white 13s in the shoe bag with me, and I'll bring that into the cart with me. And then I'll even do a range session like in the 270s. And then when I'm about to play, I'll switch over to my T-Dubs. I know that doesn't make sense because you want to feel what you're going to be doing on the range and on the first tee. But I think I leave that mental part out of the game until I get to the first tee. And when I'm ready to rock, I'm about to hit the shot and everything. But no, if I'm going to like a private place, I'm definitely taking advantage of the members locker room, anything like that, changing in there. Long ride or anything like that, I'm not wearing my polo in a long ride. I'll change as soon as I get to the course. Strip down, show off, my man boobs and everything to the parking lot.
Show off the 2 unders. The 2 under underwear, with a Joey pouch, not sponsored.
Shout out to 200. Those are good ones.
I like that. I like that, Keith. I like the changing of it. Even the other day, I played 54 holes, right? And I brought 3 polos, one for every round that I played. And what a difference it makes to change socks, to change shoes, to change a polo, like in a clubhouse after a round or anything like that, just because like it resets you, right? Like, so if you're going from one round to the next round, if you're going from home to the course, like I wish I had more time too. Sometimes I'm just like whip it in and like no warm up and go. But if I have more time, then I'm absolutely gonna like wear something different and then change into that mindset, So, but also sometimes I hype up golf too much and then I play like shit. So I don't know.
Matt, what are you rocking? You gonna rock 1 or 90s?
I feel like we all know what Matt does. Matt is if I can wear it at
Jays.
Work, if I can wear it at work, I can wear it at the course. If I can wear it at the course, I can
absolutely.
Wear it at work,
I am like, well, because there's 3 types of golf, right? So like there's like Thursday, I'm gonna play Twilight golf, right? So I'll probably just wear my Air Max 1s or Air Max 90s, wear it to work, drive straight to the course, get off 5 o'clock, get on the course by 5, and it's a sprint to sunlight, right? Because now the days are getting shorter now, right? So, but we can still get a little bit of that Twilight golf, and it's not as hot, right? Then there is like that hot golf, like when it's over 85 degrees, right? Like I'm in a tank top in the car, the polo's hanging behind me, and I'm in slides, right? Like I got these Lucas slides. I forgot. Oh gosh, Nick's gonna kill me for forgetting what the name of the slides are, but there's some good Jordan slides out there. I am a huge fan. I went to Disney. I packed so we didn't golf in Florida, but these are 2 shoes I wear. My 11 IEs, perfect summer shoe. It's the summer version of the Jordan 11 for those that don't know. And then this is a MMW slide, the 005 slide. I tried to pick out the Volt version, but it's a collaboration. It's like a mule, but it's like a fancy croc with a designer, Matthew Williams, really brilliant guy. He does some really cool stuff. They're a little pricey, but you can find some of the older versions for like really good prices right now. So the MMW slide is my pick there. So yeah, t-shirt, polo usually, but then there's some courses like that are really nice. Like if I go play Medina or something like that, like I wear my polo to the course, but I might change afterwards, especially if we're going to stay for dinner or anything like that. So yeah, absolutely. That's why, that drawstring bag that the TWs comes with. Yeah, I mean, that's clutch, if you switch out of your shoes and then you switch into something a little bit nicer. That's what I like about the MMW slide. The MMW slide, you can wear that to dinner at a nice club, and it's doesn't look like Crocs, which if you're a grown man, I get it. It's fine for like around the house and stuff. My brother's huge Crocs. My kids are in Crocs. I get it. I just couldn't wear them to a golf club.
Right. I am in the mood. I am in the not mood, but I am in the trying to search for a new slide. My slides from Nike are the golf ones, but they're like kind of fabricy on the top. So if they get wet, they get like sopping wet, so you can't wear them around the pool, or anything like that. So the Nike Calm slides are going to come out soon here, and they look like all those new like chunky slides, like the
big foams
that you see, but like I kind of love them with the little Nike, and so I'm like, they are $50, but I think they'll be down hopefully in time for my birthday that someone can buy me some slides, so because I needed just a new pair that I can just throw on and go without them being like getting like if they get wet, I can't wear them. Like that's the other thing too, is that those slides that I have, the Nike ones, you get them wet and you're trying to walk like down an incline with them and you're just dying. Like you're just dead.
Yeah, I got those Air Max. I got those Air Max 90 slides, and they're nice, and they got the big bubble in the back. But yeah, to your point, they get a little wet up top. It's fabric. You can't wear it around the pool. So we got 2 questions left from our All Stars here. I'm gonna go to Ryan Mullen, our super fan, Ryan Mullen 1. Give him a shout, and he submitted 3. So we're gonna pick one because this is kind of like our midway point check-in at the season. What's in the bag for 2023. So we did a what's in the bag. What I want to know is, have you guys changed anything in your bag? If anything's changed, and update, kind of on we hear you're playing awesome, Gumby. Like, what's been the difference? Has it been the new stealth irons? Is it the new stealth driver? Well, what's been the secret to your success? And then
Stealth's been good. I think just getting logged in with these irons now over a year in has really like hit the groove. Like I know where the ball position needs to be on them. Like I used to play everything a lot off my front foot because I felt like I could get through it better. And now I play everything a little bit like further back, like middle to back of my stance. And man, these things just pop. Like they just go. Wedges really like changed some stuff up too with the thing. So I feel just pretty good about my game, except for putting. And I do not want to take my 006 or 004 out of the bag because I haven't in like 2 years. But, Scotty just made a change. Rory makes changes. It's gone ice cold. And I don't know if I just haven't worked at it enough to like get my like self back on track. But like sometimes too, I think like in the middle of summer, greens get so fast that like I'm thinking about changing back to my origin because of the softer face that like on fast greens, like I can hit it a little bit harder, and I like to hit a like firmer putt than I like to hit like a softer putt. Like I can keep it aligned better. So I'm thinking, and I don't know if I want to do it before like a big tournament, like member, but if I do
one Saturday,
Saturday, Sunday. So, but if I do
round in between, you can't do a quick practice round.
I can do 9 on Wednesday at league. I could switch it out then.
You got to do it then. You got to do it and then make a decision from there. See how it goes.
Yeah, because I haven't taken the 004 out in, I gotta say, almost 3 years. Like it's been a long time. But when I had like 4 or 5 3-putts the other day and I shot an 84, like you're like, that could have been a low one. Like could have been a low one, So I just think they're just a little too fast. I know they're going to be fast on Saturday, Sunday, just because I know how our super gets it up. When gets up to speed. Sorry, I should clarify that a little bit more. When we have big tournaments.
Are we still doing phrasing?
Yeah, this is Swoosh Life After Dark. But I think it's I don't know. So I think it might be the origin that comes out to play on this
I think you got to do the 9
B201.
So
I haven't played with it in a while.
If it works, you go into the member and you have a reason why you did it, right? Like you're not doing it blind or cold.
I just think, especially with softer face, you can hit it a little bit harder. Like, and I like that, So
you can always put a putter in timeout because that's what I'm currently doing too, as well. So it must be the neck of the must be the neck of the woods, the northeast kind of thing. I don't know what it is because I actually have. You guys can't really see, but if you guys watch on YouTube, I have 2 putters in the bag. Yes, I have 15 clubs in the bag, so you can DQ me right now. I don't know why I just don't take the other putter out, but since day one, since the Method 001 came out, it's been in my bag. Yes, I've taken it out and put it in timeout around here, around there, but the last 4 rounds, and I've been shooting 80 or under of the last 4 rounds, I have a GT Spider in the bag, beat up, tailor-made. It's one of my best friend's brothers. I just saw it in his basement, and I'm like, can I just use this for a couple rounds? He's like, yeah, no problem. It was just in the basement. It's beat up, no head cover on it. Mallet, it's a mallet putter. And it's like, this is something I'm just trying to get my smoothness back because I've lost it with my method a little bit. Miss hits, pushing, pulling, everything. But that's one thing I have changed in the bag right now. But both putters are in there. But I also added this, beautiful Just Do It Swoosh Life towel to the bag too that we could be raffling off, that we are raffling off with the hat. But I added that to the bag as well. Those are my two changes for the bag.
Now, Matt, you shouldn't have any changes, correct? Now, you still have enough to refresh you guys. Matt made a deal with his buddies that he would not, for like the first time ever, change out his irons for a whole year, for a whole playing year. Maybe not whole year, but like
it was until our buddy's golf trip, which happened in late July, after we recorded our last episode.
So is the bag completely changed now over after that, or did you stay true to your word? And then what is the next plan for you?
All right, so many angles to take to this. So let's first off, I have to thank my buddy Chris. And I hate to publicly do it, but I'm going to thank him because this bet, I think it paid off. Because I get in a slump and I swap out. I have like 3 sets of irons that I'll like swap between. I stuck with them, and it's the weirdest thing, guys. You know when they tell you like go to the range, show up early, don't come whipping Tokyo Drift into the parking lot. You know what I mean? Like fling the door open and right into the cart. We go to the buddies trip. I show up 2 hours early. I go to the range. I've had the same set of irons in the entire bag. My Scotty, in terms of like what I do putting wise, my Scotty goes in the bag 3 months, the 2 months leading in. So June and July. So we usually have the buddies trip. So June and July, I'm always with my gamer, the button back. It's very similar to what Brooks uses. I've had it forever. It's a Newport 2, very much like Tiger's. That's why, like, man, I love that thing. So it's been in the bag since Paynes Valley. I've been on a hot streak with it. I go to the range. I figured something out with my driver, and for some reason, it worked that day. So I just figured it out within 10 shots, left it alone. I suck at short game, guys. There was a 70-yard target. All of a sudden, I figured out how to hit a 70-yard target. And for some reason, 4 drives, monster drives, because I figured out my driver, I have 77-yard shots into the green. Holy crap. And then the irons worked. And I have the round of the year. In fact, the round of my life in regulation, the first day, shot a 75.
Holy shit, man.
Dude, crushed everybody's spirit. I won all the bets by myself. Now, to be fair, to tell you guys, so our buddies trip, this is year 19. We have guys like myself that play every week. I play at least once, maybe twice. We have guys that this is the only time they play. So because we have this range, we play from white. And Gumby, you talked about like, hey, play from white, go to score. Bryson talked about that. Play from a tee up. And dude, I delivered. Now I came crashing back to earth because then I shot 80, 89 the next 2 days. But because I had such a head start, it didn't matter. Everything clicked all together. So yes, the irons stayed in the bag but then what happens is I have a Nike cart bag that was gifted to me by one of the Nike reps here. And yeah, once fall golf starts, once that crisp in the air, I've switched. Yeah, my brother for my birthday got me. So this is the question. So here's the technicality. Here we go. Okay. I did switch and I didn't. My brother for my birthday found me a set of Nike Vapor Fly Pro irons with the stock XP95 stiff shaft. So those are what's in the bag right now. Did I technically switch irons?
Just shafts.
Just shafts. Oh, that's interesting.
I
like that. I'm also a bag switch guy, but I'm Memorial Day to Labor Day. That's my summer bag. So sorry.
So and then it didn't work out. So this is what happened then. So I played like 3 rounds with the steel shafts, and then we had an outing. And this is going to be an interesting topic here because I want like your opinion. We go to the outing. We're the defending champs. It's at Harborside for Chicago City Soccer Club, football club out here. Great event. We finished second place. We had to hand over the trophy physically. They have a because they're soccer guys. It's what they do in soccer. They do kind of stuff like that. But I switched back to the irons I shot 75 with, and I just didn't have it. I was awesome off the tee. Again, figured out the driver, and then my buddy TJ carried us, willed us. We birdied the last 5 holes to get to 14 under, because we lost to 15 under. And shout out to TJ for carrying us, man. I'm sorry, but then I got too casual with my putting. In a scramble, I was not going through my routine, not doing that thing. So that's the long story. But
I am trying to get better at my routine a little bit. So nice. I think those are good. We might update our goals and everything at the end of the year show. Yeah. We'll give you guys how we did on our goals, maybe set some preliminary goals for next year, see where we're at with our bag, see if there is going to be any changes. Probably won't be for me. I'm a broke ass bitch. Yeah.
I'm broke from all these outlet points. Last question of the night goes to M. Romanowski 26.
My boy Matt.
I love it because we are the Swoosh Life Podcast. We cover all things sports and swoosh, and the swoosh is on every NFL team. So we have 17 days till the NFL kicks off. Our favorite teams, our expectations for those favorite teams, and then he says something about apparently there's a team in Detroit that I guess the last time they won a playoff game, John F. Kennedy was alive. So yes, President Kennedy was he was alive the last time y'all won a playoff game, but he expects them to win the NFC North. I will leave that one alone. I will kick it to Gumby first on this one. Your favorite NFL team expectations?
Shout out to Matt for posing the question. I appreciate you. He's a big Lions fan. Jags just beat the Lions in preseason. I know it's preseason, and I'm not going to talk more than anything because last year didn't matter that they beat us. We won the South. So I'm a Jags fan. Looking forward to this year. Looking forward to fantasy football and stuff. Expectation for the Jags this year is playoffs. I think I got them at 10 wins. So over 9.5, which is hefty, maybe 11, but I'm feeling good. They got a great offense, and I'm looking forward to it. Looking to see how Trevor's going to do. And I'm intrigued to see how 3 fantasy leagues go this year. I normally am 2, but doing a buddies one for my 3rd, which is really exciting. I'm going with Friends and ET Enemies for one of mine, and then I throw it back old school and I do Blue Ribbon Sports as my other one, if anyone else knows what that is. And then the buddies one, we said we're going to be really degenerate in that one, so I can't decide between right now I have one it's Chunky Divots. It's like Beaver Meadows Chunky Divots, which I like. Or Henry Ruggs Racing, which seems really terrible. So my buddy might be Tui Adoption Agency. That's my one that he's going with after everything. So again, degenerate. This is Swoosh Life After Dark right now, but we'll see what happens. So I think I might just stick with Chunky Divots as a to keep some good karma on my side. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love NFL season. Love Red Zone. Sitting down, like you said, Matt, you get that crisp in the air, and then you're just like, I can smell football. So here we go. Keith.
Well, football season's coming, so shortly after that is NHL season. So everybody knows that I'm a hockey guy. So I tend to root for my buddies' teams, which is one's a good team, the other one's kind of an embarrassment. A lot of family members love the Buffalo Bills because of upstate New York. A lot of my buddies from college and stuff, I think I'll watch more Bills games than anything. I'll root for the Bills this year for a couple of my buddies. But I'm also pulling for one of my cousin, Johnny, and one of my good buddies, Mark, back home in Utica. They're huge Jets fans. Jets. And with Aaron Rodgers leading the way, I already told them they're probably going to go 2-15 for the season, and they just keep breaking them on me and everything. But I'm going to be rooting for both those teams for my buddies. I'm not a huge NFL guy. I will watch it. But like I said, shortly after that, NHL season starts. So, Matt, who are you going with?
Well, I'm rooting for a certain team from a certain city that starts with a C, ends with an O, and in the middle is Chicago. Yeah, I'm a Bears fan. And full disclosure, the company I work for is in a partnership with the Chicago Bears. Did an event there, so shout out to a couple of my partners at the Bears. Shout out to them. NFC North is wide open. Lions probably have the most continuity among their team. They got David Montgomery from the Bears, so Lions fans, you do have reason for hope. Minnesota lost a bunch of their weapons. They've lost 2 of their weapons, and it'll be interesting to see what they do there. And then Jordan Love, fill in the void for Aaron Rodgers, which I'd be remiss, Packers fan, it's just funny how Aaron went to a more expensive city like New York, but found it in his heart to give them back more money to help the team out. So strange. So strange. You meet somebody new and all of a sudden you're just giving money away. But anyways, back to Justin Fields. If he makes the leap and all these changes, they had a ton of cap space. We finally found a pass rusher sitting on the sidelines there in Yannick. So I got hope for the Bears. I think they're going to do well. AFC teams, I love watching the Chiefs. I love watching the Bills. I love rooting for both of those franchises because I remember the Marty Schottenheimer days with Kansas City, always sitting there, great barbecue, we know, and of course, great wings in Buffalo. So happy to root for those 2 teams.
Yeah. I think it'll be a great season. I'm definitely intrigued to see what the Bears do. One of my old fantasy football ways was My Way or Ngakwe for Yannick because he was on the Jaguars. So we'll see. Yeah, Bears are an interesting story. I just always like seeing Nick bitch about them. Like, are they good? Are they bad? Does he hate them? Does he love bitching about everything?
Well, this could be one of the best tank turnarounds of all time if they pull this off. Like, everybody knew they were tanking last year. They get the number 1 pick.
Except for the Jaguars, who had the number 1 pick 2 years in a row and then turned around.
Yeah, but
yes,
yeah.
No, I know. I know.
Well, that's the thing. Can they beat what the Jaguars did? Is what I'm saying, right?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Like, can you? Because I always compare tanking to. I'm an NBA fan. I always compare it to what the 76ers did, right? Trust the process. They kept tanking, and then they got all these guys, and guess what? The tank hasn't materialized to anything yet, has it? I mean, out of it all, you've got Embiid, and you're left with Harden bad mouthing his way out of town, who you gave up the farm for, right? So it's neither here nor there. We'll do an NBA preview show for sure. We got to do that. Come on,
absolutely. All right, let's wrap this up with time for Keith's pick at East Lake, the Tour Championship. So you're gonna get 2 picks here. You are gonna get who wins the Tour Championship, the overall standings with Scotty leading, and who wins at East Lake. Now, normally it's a little bit different. Normally it was you could have a winner at East Lake and you could have a winner of the Tour Championship. They have since changed the format. I'm not a fan of the format, so it's kind of stupid to make 2 picks, but at the same time, we're going to do it because we know Scotty is starting at -10, and then others follow suit after that, -8, -7, -6, all the way down the line. So 2 picks, and you can tell us who you guys think is going to win. Doesn't need to be a Nike guy for this because there's only 30. We've got a bunch in the field between Scotty, Rory, Finau, Fleetwood, and Jason, and Tom Kim. But I think I don't think it needs to be that for this last pick. Maybe we do make it that, but I think there's only 2 guys that could actually win it if we stick with Nike. So hit me with your picks. I will go last because I tend to always go first and dominate.
Yes, you do. You're probably in first place right now. Matt, you're probably in second, and Keith's picks last place. But I'm gonna go.
You are the defending champ, to be fair.
All right, I'll take that. Thank you, Matt. I think with a Players Championship won this year, I think Scotty's going to take the Tour Championship as well. Do I think he's going to win this week? We're still picking 2, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm always going to pick Nike guys anyway. So I'm going Scotty. with the FedEx Cup championship. But I just have a weird feeling Rory's going to win at East Lake as well. I don't know if I can do the math right. Who knows? If Rory wins, does he win the FedEx Cup too? But those are my 2 picks.
One of my favorite Rorys is becoming FedEx Rory. There's just something about like that shot he hit at Olympia. Go up through the trees and then just chip it in. Oh man. I like FedEx Rory, but I'm with you, Keith. The guy found a little something with that new spider. Maybe like Keith, he's got the spider with the steel faceplate. So if I got Scotty winning the thing, he's got to win that, right? So Scotty. I'm going double Scotties.
Nice.
Scotty, 64th in the field, strokes gained putting with his new putter 2 weeks ago, 32nd in the field, strokes gained putting last week. I think he just keeps getting better with it. And so I think he gave it away last year to Rory. I don't think he does that twice. But I think also Victor Hovland went out of his mind. I don't know if he can back that up on Sunday, but he's the next closest person to it. So I think, I think that's, I think it's Scotty. I think you're right. So play some defense. We will do
question for you.
We got a giveaway.
No. Just quick question though. And this is, if Scotty wins, if he wins FedEx Cup, if he wins that, he's got a Players Championship. I think right now Rahm is Player of the Year. To be honest with you, I think Rahm winning the Masters. He's got more wins and less starts, I think, than Scotty. If Scotty wins the FedEx, is he the Player of the Year, or does it still Rahm?
I think if you look at it from a money standpoint, like the dude made more money. Ted Scott's going to make $2 million this year, getting 10%. Is that right? Yeah, 20. He's going to make $20 million this year. So, like, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, the guy hasn't had a top 10. And if you look at the stats, if he could putt, this would have been like 2000s Tiger.
Not even close. Yeah. It's not even close.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So
Tito Green, he is 2000.
It's wild, It's also wild that he can do that and somehow hit the ball with his footwork. Like, it's just, I think it's a lot of these postseason awards are what have you done for me lately? Rahm hasn't done shit since the Masters. No offense. Like, he just hasn't won. He hasn't really been there. Scotty's at least been there, been close, but Scotty only won once or twice. I think he's won this year. So if he wins the East Lake, I think it's kind of done and cooked. He'll be the number 1 player in the world, solidifying that from the battle between Rahm and him. I think it's kind of hard to not go with him.
I think it's tough because we don't have a Tiger in place right now. We don't have that dominant one person winning. So when it comes down to this, and you have Rahm playing well in the beginning of the year, Scotty's been up and down, but like you said, if he could putt, he'd have 5-6 wins this year already. So I think if it comes down who finishes higher between those two is going to get the Player of the Year. So I'd like to see Scotty get it both with the Players and the FedEx Cup and everything. But I don't know. Matt, what do you think?
I'm such a huge Scotty fan, and the interesting thing is, one thing I've noticed is, like, when I figured out something with my driver, like, my left leg kicks up, like it doesn't spin out, it just opens up.
You're dancing. You're dancing.
So that's fine. Like, that's.
I noticed it now on tour. Yeah, and I just noticed it on tour more. Is that, like, nobody's shuffling like Scotty. Like, Scotty opens up the left foot and then, like, bangs his right foot into the left foot. But, like, I've always noticed that about Lexi. Lexi's left leg always just kind of, like, straightens and hops open out to the left, and it happens. Other players do it too, and I don't even want to bring up the guy's name, but you look at some players, like, there's some players that have classic, very stiff lower bodies, like old school Jason Day at his prime, Nelly Corda, like very quiet lower bodies. But I start to see more of these guys have, like, more active legs. So I was like, I've just come to accept it. I stopped trying to, like, spin around my left leg and just let it do its thing.
Yeah.
So
I think that's like when Arnold Palmer said swing or swing. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's what he's saying is like, whatever works for you. Like, for me, like, I just get through the ball. I don't care what happens. Like, if I'm open up, if I'm not open up, if I have to walk through it, like, it is what it is. For me, my new swing thing is the takeaway has to be slower. And if it is slow and deliberate, then the power that comes back is like so much more than fast, because I get so much momentum moving back that to shift it quickly, it's slow coming down. Or if I'm slow, then I can just load from here and boom, like, and so I've just seen a huge increase because of that, So, I think you just swing your swing, people. I'm glad it worked for you, Matt. 75 is a great round.
Yeah,
hey, don't worry. I shot a 95 on Saturday, so I'm back, baby.
We have the giveaway for the towel. We will do that off camera and then send it to you guys, and we'll announce it on Instagram, mainly because we're not set up for it right now. So, but another giveaway alert: we are 87 followers on Instagram away from 1,500. Which is when we are giving away the Nomad Customs print that you can see in Matt's background on YouTube. So try and get us to 1,500. We'd like to do it by the end of the summer. So we have, 2-3 weeks away from unofficial end of the summer, and a month away from official. So get us there, 1,500, huge. We'll send that print out to one of the winners in the contest. And super excited. So other than that, remember to become a supporter of the podcast by going to podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/the Swoosh Life. It's super hard. So the link is in our bio on Instagram and on YouTube. Great show. Been fun. Last tease. We will be off next week because I have way too many fantasy football drafts to figure out. And then after that, we want to do something really cool. So what we're going to do is Nike-opoly. We got to tune into YouTube for this one. We might go live on YouTube so you guys can watch it live. But this one is going to be really cool. We want your input a little bit. So some of the things we've been talking about, and we will go back and forth, kind of like our bracket episodes that we've done before. We will make a Nike-opoly board, and we will go around with shoes, with clubs, or maybe not clubs, but I remember we were talking about shoes, like slides, Jordans, golf shoes, stuff like that. Like that will fill up the board. We've got stuff set for railroads. We've got stuff set for utilities, all of that. It's going to be super fun, super awesome to debate and show off to you guys. But we also need your help on what Nike players, athletes, should be our pieces, the bronze pieces that we move around. So hit us up on Instagram. We will be putting out a poll eventually and a graphic that is putting all this out there for Nike-opoly. And Nike-opoly is going to be a big blowout show, going live, doing all that. And once I have all the graphics, we'll do it. So hopefully in 2 weeks, unless I get super busy and can't figure it out, and then it'll be 3 weeks. But
can I offer one thing just to kick it off, just for jail? Can I just suggest one thing for jail?
Mm-hmm.
You have to enter a raffle on sneakers.
There you go. Exactly. So, because that is like jail, man. So, I was gonna say it's wearing Yeezys, but that's just me. So that's jail. But this has been awesome. Getting back to it. Glad everyone's doing well, and hope you guys are all doing well out there. Any last words from our correspondents, Matt and Keith, on this week's episode and going into the end of the summer and fall coming around the corner?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do like a year-end review. We'll rank all the stuff and maybe give you guys sneak peeks into what we expect for next year and stuff like that. So it's still not the end of the season. We're just gonna, we're gonna go every other week now. When the releases are hot and heavy, we definitely do that. So appreciate everybody, all the interaction on Instagram, everybody that submitted a question. Submit your Nike-opoly suggestions too. Give us a little bit of inspiration, and make sure you join us on that live one. That should be fun. I like that idea. So, and that's it for me.
Yeah, it's great to be back, guys. Good to see you as well. Keep swinging out there. The days are getting shorter, but one of the best times up in the New England area is fall golf. So I'm kind of itching for that. Gumby, I can't wait to come back to New York. Matt, it'd be awesome if you can come too, to come play with us mid-September. we still got to figure that out between all of us as well.
I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna be on the road for 3 weeks straight. But I can't tell you this.
Just wander over.
My wife does not know. Well, but wait, my wife does not know this. And the best thing is, she will probably still not know this because I doubt she'll ever listen to this. I am staying an extra day in Orlando. We'll be hopefully either playing Stream Song or Bay Hill an extra day. So
nice.
So but I will be on the road for like 3 weeks straight. So she's gonna kill me.
I thought you were gonna go back to Disney by yourself because we were just talking about that off air. Well, how us adults just want to go with no kids to Disney.
Hey, shout out to my first ever job was my first ever paying job, by the way, because I'm the son of like immigrant parents, so they make you work without paying you. But my first paying job, Chicago Park District, ball field laborer, Dan Reamer used to ref my basketball games. Legend. He used to go to Disney every year. Drove a big Lincoln Town car. It said D Disney 2 on the license plate. I said, hey. Couldn't get D Disney 1. He goes, that's on my Olds 442. So he had a classic 442 that's a D Disney 1. And then when his kids got too old to ever go to Disney, guess what Dan did? He went to Disney his damn self. So ain't nothing wrong with going to Disney on your own. Shout out Dan.
No, there isn't. 9/13. Stay tuned. That'll be when Keith and I are getting together on a Wednesday. So probably going live a bunch on the Instagram. Watch our game. Watch the swings. Shoot us some questions. We'll do a live chat. Me and him out on the golf course because it's the only time that we really ever golf, either or. And should be good. Matt, looking forward to see if those TW20s come before this weekend. No rush. Please don't rush or anything. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I'll keep you guys updated, and this has been fun. For the Swoosh Life Podcast, I'm Gumby. That's Keith and Matt. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram at the Swoosh Life Podcast to stay up to date on all things swoosh. And if you have any questions, comments, or business inquiries, please email us at theswooshLifePodcast@gmail.com. And lastly, give us a follow or review and become a supporter of the podcast at anchor.fm/theswooshlife/support. Thank you all for listening. See you in the next one.
Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like, yeah, that's what we like.